Now then, people, it's Joe, it's All Leeds TV, and it's time for another episode of Lockdown Live. We've been trying to come live to you every night during lockdown, not only just for you guys as well to enjoy some Leeds content, but also it helps us out massively as well, because we're all stuck in his houses, we've all got families, stuff to do, so this is a nice little bit of escapism for us all, I think, being able to come together and have a chat about everything Leeds United. And tonight we've got some great guests. We've got Jinder back, Jinder Jade, from the El Loco for Leeds United football channel. It's quite a mouthful. How are you doing, Jinder? All right?
All the bit. I'm doing really well. Nice to be on here, mate.
Good. You'll recognise Jinder. We've had him on before, and of course a debut for fan of the channel, Rhiannon. I just want to say as well, Rhiannon, before I let you speak, I want to thank you really, because I know you have been a staunch supporter of All Leeds TV since right from the start. You know, you've always been commenting, and we've always seen you doing bits, and it's really nice to know that people appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? And I just want to thank you for that, because you have been. I recognise the name right from the start. You know, so when you asked to come on, I was absolutely buzzing. How are you? All right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, and thanks for saying. You know, it's nice to be appreciated.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, it's good. Like I say, we're building up like a little community now, and I recognise all the faces, all the comments and stuff. So it's really nice. And I'll just reiterate again, if anyone wants to get involved while we're in this lockdown, then please just drop myself, Tash, Oscar, All Leeds TV, a DM on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want. And if you want to get involved, then we're more than happy to get people on. Tash, fashionably late as ever. How are you, mate? All right?
I'm all right. I'm gonna I've got my dinner in, so I'm gonna be.
Oh, really?
I'm
fashionably late and as professional as always. What have you got for dinner this evening?
Red Thai curry.
Oh, nice. Not bad. I had just to let you know, I had my first ever chai latte this evening, which was absolutely beautiful from Costa. Have you ever had a chai latte?
No. Yeah.
No. Just a posh folk like me, then. Yeah, is that what
Come on.
Great stuff. So I just want to say to those that are watching as well, please get your comments in. Please get any questions. Like I said, because we've been doing this daily, sometimes there's not going to be a lot to chat about on the Leeds United front. We don't want to do Crawley too much because, like I say, we've done it to a death now, and of course we all want to get over it. And we've got Brighton up next as well in Saturday, so we're all looking forward to that one. So guys, get your questions in, and we'll chat about them. But Rhiannon, I'll come to you first. Just where are you at currently now with Leeds United? Obviously after the weekend and that poor cup game, are you looking at it now? Are you glad that we're out of the cup, or would you have preferred to a nice little run?
Do you know what? I'd actually wanted a cup run.
Yeah.
I thought, we stood a good chance, and with the team, I wasn't exactly disappointed. Like, I thought it was a pretty good team, a slight mix of under 23s and, some regulars. When he said that he was going to, Marcelo said he was going to take it seriously, I thought, okay, you may have Ayling and Dallas in there. And I was like, okay, fair enough, but I was so angry. I've never been so angry after the result. I thought with the team that we had out, we would have done a lot better than we did.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Because I think you bang on, though. It's probably the first time, or one of only a few times, that we've actually been annoyed after a result under Marcelo Bielsa. Like, we're used to feeling like this prior to Marcelo Bielsa, This was a regular occurrence, not just in the cups, but in the leagues, all the time, And under Marcelo, it's been quite the change. So it probably is the first time. And would you agree, Jinder, it's the first time we can sort of level any sort of blame at Bielsa's door? Because I do think he got it massively wrong on Sunday.
It was a disappointing result. When you take what we've worked out basically is that Ayling, Dallas, Bamford, these three players are very, very crucial to our system. The spine was taken out. I looked at it, and I just think, like I said in my pre-match in my match day reaction video, which I've learned from you guys. I'm like your Carlos Coberon. You know, you guys are the main guys. You know, you and Jack, and you know, you guys are the main guys. But like I said, I mean, you know, getting back to the game on Sunday, it was a sad loss, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to crush the guys either, because it's not fair that you could see the difference with the young guys coming in, and they weren't really at the races. It's just a bit of a step too soon, because that Crawley Town team, they had a full starting 11, didn't they? That was they were at full pelt, where we took our best players out of the first 11, you know. But it looked, you could see from that game how important the spine of that team is. When you take Bamford out of the system, when you take Ayling out of the system, it crumbled. But look, listen, we weren't going to win the league. We weren't going to win the FA Cup, but I want Crawley to win the FA Cup now.
Well, they've got Bournemouth in the next round, which again, me and Oscar were chatting about it, I think, yesterday, and we're a little bit frustrated because that was another winnable tie for Leeds. Had they gone through, they could have gone to Bournemouth and got a result, and then, you know, you're in the 4th, 5th round, and before you know it, you know, you're looking towards the semis, quarters, etc. But yeah, it was a little bit frustrating. Tash, are you over it now? How's Jack? How's Jack's reaction been? Was he okay after the game?
Really calm.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Well, I think it was because it was Kiwi's birthday.
Yeah.
No, he was just like, "Is what it is, whatever." Yeah. Just laughed about it. It's embarrassing, but I think I had two mindsets. So a part of me was like, well, we're not really going to do that much in the league, so why not go for the FA Cup? Yeah. But then another part of me was like, it feels different this time, because normally we look forward to the FA Cup because we're like, oh, who are we going to get? Like, now we're getting them in the league. It doesn't matter as much. Yeah. So I'm a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I was saying that before. Like, when you're in the lower divisions, the FA Cup's so big.
Yeah.
Because you're like, who are we going to get? Like you say, we've had Arsenal over the years, Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, all these big clubs, and it becomes so big for you. You're like really looking forward to that fixture. But I agree with Tash. It's like, we get that week in, week out now. So, you know what I mean? It's what it is. But yeah, disappointed to not go through. I don't know if any of you have seen tonight, but Sheffield United have actually won a game.
Hey.
They beat Newcastle 1-0 to a penalty from Billy Sharp. For someone's asked us as well, do we think where has it gone now? He said, do you think they'll go on? Ah, there was it. It was the original comment. He said, do you think they'll go on a winning run now? Just on Sheffield United, I think they've got Man United, Man City, and Chelsea in the next 3. So I don't think they're going on a winning run. No, they've got some really, really tough fixtures.
Things have happened, John.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah, you're right. Right, let's have a look, see what some people are saying in the comments. Like the folks are saying, please smash a like on the video. Jaden says, love the content at All Leeds TV. Thank you so much for your support, my man. Just on All Leeds TV then, Rhiannon, obviously, I know you like I say, you've been a supporter from the start. What is it about fan media, do you think, that draws people in?
I think it's just like similar opinions and just being able to chat, and it just be really relatable, I suppose. Like when, of course, you see post-match reactions when of course we've lost, for example, and you know you got yourself, Tash, and like Oscar saying how disappointed you're feeling, and you're feeling the exact same. So you're sort of sharing the experience, if that makes sense. It's really relatable, and it's very entertaining to watch as well, especially the watch along.
They are all right, aren't they? At times they're all right. But Jinder, obviously you started up your own channel as well, mate. How's that going for you?
It's doing really, really well. Like I said, I mean, the inspiration, like I sort of stumbled upon the whole YouTube content because, a person my age doesn't really do YouTube a great deal.
You're only about 22, aren't you, mate?
Well, 21, mate, 21. And the thing is, because as a musician, as a singer, I've had all this YouTube business done for me. So to get into, into another skill, it's a nice little bit of a skill, because I never knew how to edit and stuff like that. But like I said, the inspiration that I've taken from yourselves, because you guys have different sort of views, and it's we're all passionate fans. That's what brought me into the whole content creation thing, because being a Leeds fan and not being from the Leeds area, you don't get a chance to speak to fellow-minded Leeds fans or anything. So it gives us a good outlet for somebody who's not from the Leeds or the Yorkshire area. So you guys have given that sort of platform for Leeds media, which is good.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Giancarlo, who's an avid fan, says, "Can we have a rendition of Marching On Together, Jinder?"
Absolutely, no problems.
I think we'll leave that for another time. But yeah, make sure you check out Jinder's channel as well. It's quite the man. El Loco for Leeds United football channel. Is that right?
Yeah, the El Loco Leeds football channel. You got it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We've had a few chats. Some people have mentioned some signings. Apparently, a left back, Nuno Mendes. I've not seen anything. I've not really heard anything about a signing from Sporting Lisbon to 10 million. They're asking if we know anything. But just on the signing front, do we expect any business whatsoever, Tash? Do you think?
I think we need a left back desperately.
Do you think we need it now, not in the summer?
I think we need it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing with Bielsa, and that you just don't know, do you?
No, you're right. What about you, Rhiannon? Where would you look to strengthen the squad if you would, or do you expect us to do anything?
Well, I'd want to strengthen in 3 areas. Like Tash said, I'd want a solid left back, who is a definite left back. I'd want some cover for Click that does actually do Click's job. I mean, it's all right to have Pablo or Shax to come in, but they're basically Click, but in 2 players.
Yeah.
And so you can't have them on, it's weird, it doesn't work when they're both on the pitch together. So you need someone that is very similar to Click. And also it'll be nice just to have a more experienced goalkeeper just to help Meslier a bit along. I mean, because I know he's been getting flack recently, but I don't he's been doing a sterling job in my eyes. Yeah. I just dread that if he ever got injured and we've got that calamity, then God forbid how our season will turn out, because Melior's saved us probably about 6 or 7 times in games. He's proper kept us in it. So, but I don't think we're going to do anything.
No, that's the thing, isn't it?
I don't think we'll sign anyone.
Very good point about Klitsch. I mean, we saw that in the last game, didn't we? How crucial he was.
And I think you bang on, and it's been for me personally, and I've tried to convey this as well on the videos, but for me personally, as I say, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it really showed me that, how many times do we hear after when we've had a poor performance that you need to change Meslier, you need a more experienced keeper. Look what Kiko did, how many times have we heard Click's tired, Click's no good, he needs a rest, we give him a rest, look what happens. Bamford, no good. You need a new striker, someone with a better hit rate. Take him out of the side, no good.
People have got comfortable with the team now.
Yeah.
They're just expecting more miracles, and I think they did a great job in the Premier League, and I think people are not really seeing that.
Yeah.
They just want more. And as we've learned from Leeds history, especially past, that can't always happen. You need to build on your team, not just completely renew it.
Yeah, no, bang on. Just, I know, Jinder, Rhiannon touched on it earlier there, just on Kiko Casilla. Is it game over for you now? I mean, it should, for a lot of people, it should have already been game over. But are you thinking, look, just get on your way, go back to Spain, or, find another club. He's on 40, 41, 42 grand a week. and he's coming in and making, you know, appearances and performances like that. I've seen some people say that we can't all level it at his door, which I sort of understand, but at the same time, he's at fault for the majority of the. They could have had 4. There was one where he came out to try and challenge someone. They could have had 4, you know.
Yeah, Joey, he is a shaky keeper, and but the thing is, the problem that we've got is it's all well we can all, you know, throw him under the bus, and you know he was at fault. You know, that second goal was just terrible, wasn't it? The way, but like you just said, you can't level the whole blame at him. In front of him was a very young defense as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when the goals actually went in, because in the first half, Joe, it wasn't bad. When the second half kicked in, when all the changes took place, it disjointed everything. But getting back to Kiko, you know, we're in a situation that if we drop Kiko, if something happens to Meslier and Kiko comes in, you know, or we say forget Kiko, Capriel, I don't know anything about him. We've hardly seen him play, and I watched the under-23 game yesterday, and even he was a bit shaky on corners and everything like that. So we're in a bit of a situation. It's going to be a bit of a sticky situation this season. We just have to take the rough with the smooth, and then hopefully, come June, we'll see what happens. June, July, proper transfer window in. Hopefully, all this stuff that we've got going on in the world sort of calms down, and you know everybody can do what regular football is. Sort of will take place, and then hopefully what actually happens, who'll be staying and who won't be staying. And usually players leave after 2-3 years anyway, so I think it's about maybe time. Maybe Kiko might be leaving anyways, you know.
Yeah, great comment there from Go Redux or Redex. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it says Kiko has made a few blunders in the under-23s too. Yeah, he certainly has. But Jindy, you make a good point, you know, just on Capriel. I think he's obviously not ready. I think this has been another eye-opener. This is the point I was making just a second ago. You know, so many fans have called for certain players to make games. You know, even when we're in the Championship, people were talking about Ryan Edmondson, and Bielsa's not going to put them in if they're not ready, and he obviously doesn't have confidence in Capriel to put him in. You know, otherwise he'd have put him in, I guess. You know, and he doesn't seem as maybe for all we know, his distribution might not be good enough. You know, Kiko, you can say what you want about him, but at times his distribution is decent. I think that's one of the reasons we brought him in, and that's why we have Melly here, because he's good with his feet as well. So maybe Capriel's not quite ready, and that's been a real eye-opener for me. I won't now be looking and saying, right, we need to see X, Y, Z. We need to do this. We need to do that, because for me, they're not. I guess the ones below are just not quite ready. You know, there's people saying Robbie Gotts has just bagged for Lincoln, which is absolutely unreal. I love Robbie Gotts. But again, it is the likes of Robbie Gotts, Alfie McCalmont, Ryan Edmondson, all these players. They've been sent out on loan. Do they find a way back into the Premier League side, Tash? What do you think? You know, these lads that have been sent out on loan, that are going on loan to League Two, League One sides, do you think they're going to be able to make the step up, or does it come to a point where we just move them on?
I think we'll just move them on. I think in our own, like you say, there's such a big difference, isn't there, from like in the last game? They're not even up to Crawley. Like you put a few in, and then it just seems all disjointed. And
I think there's a reason why in the summer, Rhiannon, we bought the likes of Somerville, we bought Geldar, we bought Greenwood. Why do you know what I mean? We're going out and actually spending money on decent under-23s, because our academy stepped up another level, and they're having to bring in players to go with that move, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Tash. Like, you can tell there's like a gulf in like I think it's just because of the lack of experience. Like under 23s, it's obviously not at League Two level, is it, or even League One? And it's all well and good them getting football experience, but if you want them to make the step up into the Premiership, you need to send them out to places like Championship teams. Do you know what I mean? That's more competitive. I mean, I'm not saying League One isn't competitive, but you know, it's just difficult, and I just think we'll end up selling them on, and the likes of Gelhardt and like Greenwood, that they're making such an impact in the under 23s. They just need that little, they just need that chance. I mean, you see like Lee Davis getting a chance and proving. I know it's only been maybe like a 15-minute spell in the Premiership, but you know, in some games he's definitely held his own. But I mean, obviously, while Bamford's doing well, and you've got Rodrigo off the back of him, I don't think we'll see Gelhardt or Greenwood for a good while. Really, I think we probably won't see him until next season.
Do you think inequality? Do you think it's anything to do with Carlos going and?
It could, because I think Mark Jackson's doing an amazing job, but with Corberan, he was actually on. Bielsa sort of brought him into his inner fold a little bit, and he was on the bench at game days. And Mark Jackson's not got that same relationship. So yeah, that could be another reason. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but. We've got to give time, and I think we don't need to rush this. You know, I think we all at the start of the season thought Gelhardt would have been involved just because he was playing at Wigan, etc. But we've just got to give time, let them do what they need to do, and then when they're ready, of course, Bielsa will move them up. We've had a super chat in from Samuel Epstein. He says Robbie did well against Arsenal, to be fair, and Bielsa praised him majorly before sending him on loan. So we'll have to see how he is when he gets back. Mate, I hope the likes of Robbie Gotts, Alfie McCalmont, Alfie McCalmont made his international debut, man. One of the youngest players to do so. I believe he was called up to the Northern Ireland squad when he was not even, in Leeds United's first team. So they're undoubtedly got bags of talent. And I agree with you, Robbie was mint in that game against Arsenal, the likes of Ozil and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm not for 1 second saying I don't want these, because I do. I would love like Ryan Edmondson and all these players to do well, but I just think it's such a big step up that we'll have to wait to see on that. Herbie said, "Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for doing these daily videos. Trust this really does help during these tough times being locked down. Thanks, All Leeds TV. It's our pleasure, mate, and we enjoy doing them. And like I said to you, it helps us as well. Nice bit of escapism knowing that I've got to this to look forward to." Let's have a look at some of the other comments. As I say, we're just doing this on the fly, guys, so get your questions in. Like I say, there's a few transfer rumours in there, but again, I don't want to sit here and profess to know play, and try blag you on players that I don't know. I agree with Rhiannon. I don't think we'll do much business. Jinder, if we weren't to do much business at all, would you be upset, annoyed, or?
I think it'd be nice to get maybe one player in, because our midfield is lacking. I mean, I saw on the rumour, on Twitter or something, Draxler being linked. I mean, I even would like, but it's a wage problem, isn't it? Wages. We can link.
Not turning up at Leeds.
But that's it. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So we can speculate, but it'd be nice to get one player in, but I don't know who it could be. But then again, you've got to look at it. Football's a very unpredictable game. Next week, when we play Brighton, just imagine Shackleton plays out of his skin. Then everybody will say, "Oh, Shackleton definitely he's got to be in there for central midfield." But Bielsa doesn't even play him in centre mid, does he? Plays him at right now. So and another thing is, just quickly going back. You know what? With Marcelo, he tried to change things, give the boys the chance, the youngsters, and he was in one of them situations. If it worked, everybody would have said Bielsa genius, and and then the whole thing would have been, oh, these youngsters that Leeds have got are on another planet. But reality is another thing, and what reality is what happened on Sunday when you blood the youngsters in that are not to that level of League Two, which is a problem. So what are they going to do in the Premier League? So I think we'll stick with the main first 13, 14 players that come in. It would be nice to have one player, but if we can't get anybody, we'll just have to stick with what we've got.
Definitely. Someone's asked, and I think it's a good question because I've not really spoken about this for a while on the channel. The Gibson Gimp, which is quite possibly the best name on YouTube. I absolutely love it. Says, do you think Bielsa will still be here for next season? Rhiannon, what are your thoughts on Bielsa? Yeah, is that it?
No. But I think he will. I think we'll stay in the league, and I think he'll be. I think he'll be tempted just to see how far we go next season. After next season, though, is a big question mark in my eyes, because I don't know. Maybe he wants to go back to Argentina and be with his wife again. I don't know. But it's. I think he'll be next season. I think Rads will convince him.
Yeah, I think. Tash, what about you? Like two seasons tops, maybe? I think for me, I'm thinking
he might try and go for a cup, but then he didn't seem that bothered about it. So I'd obviously massively liked for him to stay, but I don't know. That's
forever.
Unpredictable. Forever.
Yeah. I do think though, I agree with Jan, and I think what he'll do is we're going to stay up this season. I know you can't count your chickens before you hatch, and someone said to me you shouldn't be saying it as though I have any sort of impact on it whatsoever. But ultimately, I think we'll be safe. Now, depending on where he finishes, maybe he looks at it, Jinder, and says, right, get me these 3 players and I'll make a push for Europe next season. I mean, I'm still of the thinking that we might still push for Europe. I know people will call me wild, but the difference in points ain't that great, and if Leeds can go on a bit of a run and start to pick up points against the top 6 sides as opposed to getting spanked every time we play them recently, then we'll do all right. But do you think, are you of that mindset, or are you worried that Bielsa could just go at any moment?
No, I think definitely. I mean, I'd want him forever, like yourself, Joe. But I think he'll stay for another year because look, he's put 3 years in this project, and that's what it is. And with the team with the players that he's coached, remember he's coached this. We remember Heckingbottom and Heckingbottom, and we had Thomas Christensen before Heckingbottom, and he's coached these guys. And for him to just throw it away after 1 year, remember these guys have never played in the Premier League. Stuart Dallas and people like that, they've never played in the Premier League, so they've got 1 year of experience, and I think it'll be building on to what we've actually built in this season. And with Ayling, if you see, look at that guy from 3 years ago, the way he's just taken to the Premier League like he's always been playing there. Yeah. But the way he's playing now, this is the best I've ever seen. Ayling and Dallas will definitely be in the starting 11 for next season. And that's what I would reckon. And I think, obviously, Llorente and Koch might be in defence as well. But I will also reckon that Liam Cooper will probably be staying, and we might get another. It'll be building, not taking much apart.
I think as well, he wouldn't just leave, ditch us kind of thing. I think he would get a manager under his wing or whatever, and because I doubt we'll go for someone big, but he might get someone in, put him under his wing, and teach him his ways.
Yeah, I mean that's a great comment from Robert Swift, who says Bielsa, in my opinion, is wanting to build something that leads more long term. And whether or not that's with him here or not, I agree with Robert. I don't think Radrizzani or Bielsa are ever going to leave it in a place where they just go, there you go, I no longer own it, I don't care anymore. Which I don't. I agree with you, Robert. I do think Bielsa will leave this club in a much, much better position than it ever was, or can't say than it ever has been, because obviously we know what Revy did, etc. But just in my lifetime, anyway, he's really put the foundations in, like Robert said. Making changes at the training ground, the cohesion between the under-23s and the first team, and how it's all interlinked. And I do think he'll have an input as well into the new manager. Maybe he'll definitely be involved in the conversation. I would hope anyway. That would just be. KG said Bielsa will be here one more season, but he definitely needs to upgrade some of these players. Sentiment doesn't gain you points. Big up, Joe. Nice one, KG. So for KG, it's just one more season, this one and next. Which, I mean, you could also agree with. I'm hopeful that depending on where we end this season, he'll then look at a stint and go for Europe. If he was to get Europe, does he then stay for a European tour? I'm not sure, but ultimately, it is only a couple of seasons, I think.
Just comment on this. Bielsa does know English. He knows English. He just does it because he don't want to talk to anyone.
You seen him have a chat with John Yems prior to the FA Cup game in Crawley, and you can't tell me the Crawley manager knows Argentinian. So do you know what I mean? Like, you could tell they were just having a chat and a laugh. So he has, he does know English.
Apparently, he turned up on first training day and was like, "I do know English, but I'm not going to talk to you because I don't want to like you because it will hinder his judgment on the field."
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look. So we've had FC Bournemouth said, I've got something valid to say. Leeds are going down. Mate, you're not even in our league anymore, mate. So don't worry about it. I think Bournemouth are playing Millwall now. So go watch that, bro. Why do you watch that? It's because it's crap. Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of hate in the comments room, so I just thought I'd pick him up on that. Right, okay, let's have a look. Let's get some more. What did we make? Jindy, you mentioned you watched the under-23s yesterday. I don't know if Rhiannon or Tash did, so I don't want to, pose it to them just in case they haven't. But how good was Somerville yesterday, the hat-trick that he scored and just some of the overall play?
Yeah, he looked really bright. But like I said, I don't want to get too carried away because it was under 23 and it was Burnley. But the pitch was terrible, obviously. Yeah. They were going to have fantastic pitches at under 23 level. But he looked decent, and the actual team didn't look too bad. I was doing other things as well, but while I was watching it as best as I could. And sometimes, you know what it is, because like I said, there isn't any big production value. So if you miss the goal kind of thing, there is a replay, but it's so some of the camera work gets so sort of wet and steamy and stuff like that. It's like,
Are you sure you were watching the under-23s, Jinder, and not something else?
It was at about 2 o'clock. So I did flick over from loose women, maybe.
Great stuff. You
was in the sauna, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly. All steamed up.
I'll tell you, it's. I think he showed a lot of spark. Put it this way, Jimmy Somerville.
No, could Jimmy? No, cry. I don't know how to pronounce it. Who's Jimmy Somerville now?
No, that's the singer from Erasure.
I was going to say.
I can't say his first name either, so I'll just keep on calling him Jimmy Somerville.
I thought that was someone from Brookside there for a second. I don't know if anyone remembers Brookside. No, but isn't it Crescencio or something? Crescencio, Somerville.
Yeah.
You've been learning that one in the mirror, haven't you, Joe?
Pardon?
You've been learning that one in the mirror.
Crescencio Somerville. Yeah. So obviously we've got Brighton at the weekend. Brighton up next. I remember the whole result and feeling just as not quite as because we took them to penalties, but it was still an abject poor performance. And it made me and Oscar. I remember me and Oscar having a conversation saying, if we don't then win the next game, it makes it look even worse that you've made these changes, you've rested these players. So there's a lot riding on the Brighton game for me. Rhiannon, what are your overriding thoughts just ahead? Sorry, ahead of Brighton.
It's a must-win game.
Yeah.
That's we've got to beat them because we've got to beat the teams below us if we stand a chance to stay in this league. So we've got to beat them. I mean, I know they've got the odd good player, and I still to this day think got himself that final yellow card because he didn't want to play against Ben White. The best clubs, like
yeah.
Did it tactically, seriously, but no, it's going to be weird. Like because we do play just because of the Ben White thing, like it's going to be odd playing against it, and I just hope he scores a main goal.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? We might not even see. We might not even see Ben White.
Might not even play because didn't he get injured? I think.
Yeah, against Newport, he came off holding his back. I'm just gonna have a look because I tweeted something out yesterday actually from Adam Pope. I think Graham Potter obviously had said that Brighton. Just bear with me 1 second while I find it. They were about some. Go on, Tash.
He's in a timeout on the minute. He's still in the naughty corner.
Timeout.
He's still going wild. He's still somewhere just going, Raka.
He doesn't really want to be on at the minute.
Yeah. He's having a bit of a time out, as I say.
A lot of housework to be getting on with.
Tasha's got him whipped into shape and he's doing bits around the house. Sorry, I'm still trying to find this. My apologies. Where is it now?
He'll still go there then, Ben White, even if he's not playing.
What do you mean?
Maybe him and Calvin will sit together in the stands.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Yeah, so I found the tweet now. So obviously, Jinder, Tariq Lamptey, who's been a revelation, bought from Chelsea, being absolutely fantastic for Brighton. He's out. Aaron Connolly, again, decent player for Brighton. Danny Welbeck and Adam Lallana are all out. And, of course, Ben White went off holding his fight against Newport. So there's it. Let's say Ben White doesn't make it. You know, you've got 4 or 5 players there. And also, Brighton play tomorrow night against Manchester City in the league.
Oh, wow.
So they've obviously got an extra game. They've got 5 bodies out. They've got, we're going to have 6 days rest. Nowhere near as many injuries. So you've got to look at that and think, look, we can beat Brighton on Saturday.
So it's a great chance, isn't it, with all these players out that you've just mentioned. And also, I didn't know that they were actually going to be playing an extra game. Totally, but you know what? We'd take anything because let's get to that 40-point mark as quick as we can. And then after that, everything will just sort of relax a little bit. Maybe then, the media will give it a bit of a rest as well. For some of these pundits, that's another story, isn't it? This season has been all about, first we are fantastic, and now we get such negative feedback. They're just waiting for Leeds to lose. It feels like, but if we can get a win against Brighton, that will really set us up. I think then we're on. How many points are we on then? About 29.
Maybe just bear me 1 minute. It'd be 27, was it? Are we on 24? I'm not sure. Just bear me 1 moment. I should have this, mate. I should know all this. Leeds are on 23. So that'll put us on 26.
26, and then we're going to play Southampton, but that might get postponed as well.
Yeah, I think they're moving it, aren't they? Because of fixture congestion or something. So Southampton can play their Shrewsbury FA Cup game or something like that. So they're then going to move that. I don't know what that means for us.
The next one, why I said the 29 point in my head, was we've got Newcastle after Southampton. So then I'm just thinking that if we can beat Brighton, Southampton's going to be very, very difficult. They're a fantastic team. But Newcastle and Brighton, we've got a chance. As long as we get to keep on beating those teams, like Rhiannon just said, the teams in around us, we start winning and beating them comfortably, then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's Michael 20.
Michael 20. It's the Michael 20, FM Mouse. I remember Michael.
How can we not remember you?
We all know Michael. But yeah, someone's just made a good point as well there that Lewis Dunk's 1 yellow away from suspension. Obviously, they play City tomorrow night. Maybe he picks up a yellow if he was out as well. So I'll be watching that game, hoping that he does pick up a yellow because he'd be another massive points. But yeah, people talking about 40 points, and Jinder touched on it there. I don't even think we'll need 40 points this season. No. I know that's the magic number that everyone says, get to 40 points, you're all right. I think when you actually look over it after the past few seasons, it hasn't been 40. But even so, this season, I know Sheffield United have won tonight, but the fact that Sheffield United will have, 5 points, West Brom can't seem to get a win for love nor money, you're probably already saying 2 of the spots are already taken, unless Sheffield United had a drastic turnaround. But, I mean, as I said, Sheffield United next 3 games are like, let me just double check. It's they've got Tottenham, Man United, Man City, then West Brom, then Chelsea. So they've got some really tough fixtures coming up with Sheffield United. So you probably think they're out of it. And how nice would it be as well, Tash? If we remember, we all wanted Ben White in the summer. He was the main one we wanted. I think everyone, can agree that. I would
just
still
tie him to the.
Well, I think the great thing was Brighton's main reason for not selling him apparently is because they didn't want to sell him to a direct rival, someone they'd be dealing with in the Premier League. Now, we're 12th and they're 17th. If Fulham were to win and we were to beat Brighton, we could arguably put them in the relegation zone. So that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And especially when I don't even think they're that asked about Ben White anymore. I think they thought we were going to do what he did at Leeds, but different system, it's not always going to happen. And I think we've got a shot of getting him back again, and for less money than what they were asking. I think they got ahead of themselves with the money, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing now. You could arguably say they've now lessened Ben White's value a little bit. I think definitely. Ask him there with the super chat again. He keeps coming and just talking about WWE and stuff. He was with us yesterday. The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Do love WWE. Big shout out, ask him for the super chat. So let's think. Do we win the game then, Rhiannon, at the weekend? Is it, especially with the players out? Are you worried about Brighton at all? Obviously, 17th in the league, they do play some good stuff.
I mean, especially earlier on in the season, like when they played against Manchester United, they would have won that game. And to be fair, they should have won that game. If we given a penalty after full time, it made no sense. Yeah, it was
madness, wasn't it?
but with the players you've said that are actually out, I think we stand a really good chance. I see us winning that game 85 to 90% chance of winning. So I think I'm fairly confident that we will get them 3 points.
That's what I mean. There's not a better time, is there, really, Jinder? The fact that they're playing on Wednesday against City, who are in amazing form. They're without Welbeck, Lallana, Connolly, Lamptey, possibly Ben White. Surely you've got to fancy Leeds for 3 points on the weekend.
Every time we are fancied anything, we always mess things up, don't we? Let's not now. I do believe that Bielsa will get a reaction out of these guys, because remember, let's just take Crawley out of it. We lost our last game, didn't we? So we've lost to Tottenham. So usually what I find is with Marcelo is that he whips them into shape every time. Every time we've lost a game, and especially with the embarrassment that happened on Sunday, he'll want to make sure that we teach Brighton a lesson. And Phillips is going to be a miss, but I could see the sense why Strike got in at CDM because the last time he played was against Villa and he struggled, didn't he, Pascal? But he's been excellent the last 3-4 games. He's been excellent. So I think it was good. It made good sense to try him out in the first 45 minutes and put him in the CDM position. And I think he'll do well. Remember, Brighton, with all due respect to Brighton, they're not like Villa, so he might be okay in that. And with all these players that you've mentioned, could you just tell me the midfield?
You've got Connolly, Lamptey, Welbeck, and Lallana out currently, and Ben White as well. We don't know on Ben White. We'll have to guess. I'll wait to see tomorrow if he plays against City.
I've got to research Brighton, but Lamptey, is he a midfielder, centre mid?
No, he's a fullback. Tarek Lamptey. He's bombs out. He's a great player. He's been absolutely fantastic this season.
Okay, but like I said, look, I think Strike will be better suited to that game than the Villa game.
I hope you're right. I mean, Tash, it's huge because Gail Dale's there mentioned there, no Phillips. The last time we were without Calvin Phillips, we got beat 4-1 by Leicester and 4-1 by Crystal Palace. So he is such a massive loss in there. Do you agree with Jinder? Do you think Pascal will be all right in there against Brighton? Because I think he's going to go that way just based on the FA Cup game.
Say that again. When he was last out, who did we lose against? Leicester and Crystal Palace
4-1.
Yeah, so they're harder teams. The thing is, like, this is the point I was going to make is, you know, what makes me more confident is, you know, like Newcastle and West Brom, we hammered it. Like, we can do it. We're confident against them teams. It just seems to be those that, like I say, we struggle defensively, and you know, on corners mostly. I think you need that Premier League quality against us to really shoot us down early on. I think that's where we've been really struggling, is like, especially the Man United game. You know, the quality straight away, and Leicester, they had Jamie Vardy. So, you know, I don't know. I feel more confident even without Phillips.
You think he will be all right? What about yourself, KG said here, Pascal needs some new boots. He's been slipping all over like he's playing on ice lately. I didn't think he did really well in that first half against Crawley, if I'm being totally honest. And like Jinder mentioned, against Villa, he got himself an early yellow card. And then when we made the changes, it actually benefited us because we went on and romped the game. And Shackleton was amazing in that game and then ended up starting against Leicester. Obviously went missing against Leicester and we conceded 4 goals. But are you confident like Tash? Do you think Pascal can do all right in there? Can you hear me, Rhiannon?
Oh, sorry, you talking to me? I thought you were talking
to
me.
Sorry.
Did you really go to me?
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't know, to be fair.
Did you not? I thought I'd said it. My apologies. I just thought to myself.
Well, I don't know, because I think he plays better at centre back than he does CDM. If I'm being perfectly frank, he plays better at CDM when he's alongside someone like Ayling and that. But just to have that experienced head next to him. But when he's trying to do Calvin's role and it's quite solo, I mean, I think he'll do all right, because I think with like Ayling and Dallas and everyone like that behind him during this game, I think it'll give him a bit more confidence, and I think he probably will do better. But I think, and also against Villa, I just thought that was just lack of experience, really. He just, and obviously he got took off because he didn't want to risk being sent off, did he? Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I do. I think the one thing for me is because Pascal's been brilliant lately in the league, and I think he's been absolutely fantastic at centre-back, and he can see the game in front of him, and he's able to come out and progress the ball into decent areas, play decent little passes into Rodrigo, to whoever it may be, into Click, and he's looked really good alongside Ayling. I just think in defensive midfield, it's different, man, especially in that Calvin role. It's a real specialised role, and I think he struggled to adjust to it. Maybe could we see Llorente in there? I'm not sure. I just think with him playing there against Crawley that I fully expect him there. Asim against us 30 seconds to Premier League football. I don't know what it means, but thank you, Asim. Please keep your money, my brother. Because I've got this horrible feeling that we're going to get contacted by Asim's parents, and they're going to be like, my son has maxed out my credit card watching you guys. What have you been telling him to do? I just want to put a little disclaimer. We are not asking Asim to do this. He just does it and makes random comments, you know. Keep your money, Asim, brother. Thank you for the support, though. But 30 seconds to Premier League football. He says all Premier League games have already kicked off tonight, so he must be watching on a later stream or something. I'm not sure. Someone's just said there, is it me or is it all just gone silent? It went silent, Ash, because Rhiannon weren't listening to me, basically. That's what happened.
It wasn't like he spoke to you directly.
I'm only joking. But guys, we've got like 10 minutes left. Rhiannon, have Leeds... I've seen that, but I didn't want to put it up. I did see that and I thought, right, Adam, right, to be fair.
I literally joined you for 1 minute at half time. And I got someone, why do UK girls wear loads of eyeliner? I didn't even have any on. And I thought, why are you making this comment? We're watching the game. But yeah, I have been... Kiwi's got this volleyball now, so we've been practicing volleyball outside. So if I'm looking a bit rough, I'm absolutely knackered. My back's gone, everything. Like I thought, I'm still in my 20s, so this should be all right. My back was like, nah.
Tash is looking rough because she's been playing wing attack.
Yeah.
Pivoting like that. Chest pass.
And then, have any of you heard of Kirby before?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. I've asked so many people because I love playing what it was. And I was like, right, get outside now. I'm teaching you Kirby.
Yeah.
This volleyball. Okay. And then we were playing Kirby and I was making up more rules, so that I'd win.
Yeah. Kirby, man, you had to do, Jinder. Stand at either end of the pit. It's basically games for kids that didn't have no money, basically. You used to
go out in the summer and used to ride the bikes and actually play outside.
That's true, yeah. None of this game stuff. But
so you just throw you're on one side of the curb, and then someone's on the other side of the curb, and you throw it. You got to try and hit on the curb so it bounces back to you. You got to catch it. We always did you get 10 more points if you did it over a car.
Yeah. Well, we used to do if you caught the ball.
Here's a rebel.
You could go in the middle, like halfway in the road, and do it from there. And then if you missed and they hit you on the way back, then they would take all your points.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Like Kiwi is slack as anything. She were like holding the ball. I'm like, try and get me there. I was winning like 18-3, and then I said to her, right, we'll go to 20, and I said, right, we can switch points. I said, you can have 18, and I'll add the 3, and I still won.
Sounds excellent. It really does. I mean, once all this lockdown's finished, we should all have a game.
Yeah. Someone's Christopher said, when I was younger, we used to play slam. He used to play that as well. I don't know if you used to play slam with the football. SLAM.
We used to play slam.
Asim said, what about you, Rhiannon?
That.
Did you play? I don't know.
What does it be like?
Yeah. He used to play Kirby. Yeah. But yeah, have Leeds, Rhiannon, have they overachieved based on what your initial thoughts were prior to the season starting, or did you expect us to do this?
No, I expected us to do well, especially based off last season. I thought we definitely had the team to actually be able to be consistent in the league. The only thing that I was surprised at was how well we played against Liverpool and Man City and the top 6 teams. If we had Tottenham, like if it ended in the first half, then we would have been all right. First half, and then
time out. Don't we just got this game playing really well now, and I don't want it to.
But in that respect, they've exceeded my expectations playing against the top 6 teams. But yeah, I expected us to be about mid-table.
Nice. And where do you think we'll end up? Do you think we'll stay around that point, or are you thinking? I
like to think we'll be about 10th. So let's go a bit further up. I don't think we'll get into Europe or anything like that. But
not like me. Not like me then. No.
This is realistic.
No, what do you mean? I'm unrealistic. I love this. Max has just said Asim is the Ali Oski of All Leeds TV. Jinder, what about yourself? Have we over exceeded your expectations? Where do you think we'll finish come the end of the season?
I think the way Leeds played in the Championship, I think our game was suited to the Premier League. You know, with Marseille, you know, we had, you know, in the Championship there was a lot of, you know, real bad tactics from the other sides. So I think our play suffered with that, and Bielsa's football, Bielsa ball, you know, it worked well in the Championship, but it was much more suited to the Premier League. So I think from where we are at this precise moment, sort of 12th, 11th, that'll be fantastic for the first season. And even for next season, I'm one of these guys that, you know, because if it was the 1990s, because I remember the team back then, and that was a different, you know, that was a different side of Leeds United altogether. I'd never feel scared of facing Chelsea or Manchester United or City, because we had Yeboah, we had McAllister, we had certain players who were of that certain ilk. Gary Kelly, you know, so they I remember when Gary Kelly broke through as a youngster. That was a different kind of footballer altogether, you know. But where they going to finish and where they are now, 12th, next season, if we build and we get to 8th or 7th, that's good. Then after that season, we get into 5th and 6th, because then you've got like 4 or 5 transfer windows then, haven't you?
Yeah.
If we, you know, because I just don't see us going back to where we came from, because you know, we've had that heartache, and the way Bielsa has, he's made a foundation, a solid foundation, and that's what we've built.
Yeah, it's not a fluke, is it? We've actually built something up, and I don't think Red Rosani will let us go back down either.
Absolutely.
I agree. And Mark, I'm with you, mate. Mark says I think we should be further up now. We'll end up, don't shoot me down, about 8th. And I'm not going to shoot you down, mate, because I agree with you. It's these 3 here that think we're going to be relegated.
I know. The thing is, like, I know we played well against like Liverpool and all that, but to me, I always think we do really well at the start of the season, and teams are trying to find themselves. Like, anything can happen at the start of a season.
Hey.
It's on about WWE.
I mean, the last time about WWE was like The Rock and the
Stone Cold, man.
And the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, all the way. He can. Seth Rollins is not. He hasn't got anything on the Heartbreak Kid.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. We've gone into another WWE chat as well due to asking. But finish your point.
Working. I can't remember what I was saying, but I think we'll finish probably 13th, 14th.
Yeah, 13th, 14th. Good. I'll still say we'll just miss out on Europe. Maybe get into Europe, but we'll have to wait and see. But we're almost at an hour. Jinder, where can we find you, mate? I know you've got your own account. You do your own stuff. Let the people know if they want some more stuff to where can we find you, buddy?
Yeah, it's I've got to shout out the Leeds Plus Facebook group. They're my official partner with the Local Leeds football channel. So you guys can find us, you know, on YouTube, on Facebook, at the Local Leeds. That's what it is. And also, Marching On Together, the Bangra song is also available on YouTube as well. Ash and Sean are in the video. Even it's only a still image, but it's still there. They can still do the old light bulbs.
Mate, I'm good at that stuff, you know.
You're fantastic. Marching On Together.
I can do it all, man.
It gets so stuck in your head. It's really good. You
know, I got a lovely email from Leeds United as well, saying that they really liked the song, and Marcelo's heard it. And you know, I mean, the main thing was to do a song for the great fans of Leeds United, and you know, it's just opened up, you know, because this fan base is so passionate, and you know, I just love being a part of Leeds United, and with you guys, it's just fantastic.
Oh, love it.
I love that.
Just want to say hello to John. When we could go to games, he's come down all the way from Ireland, and that is a great guy. So
Yeah, I've met his dad as well. His dad's a top guy as well, to be fair. So, yeah. One day we will be back together, John. Don't you worry. Sit tight. Sit tight. We'll be back.
Joe's dancing. What was that song that would always come on? Water. What was it?
Water. Don't go chasing water.
No, not that one. The one when you were like, you and Jack were like proper dancing, and then we were. No.
I don't know. Oh, he's a waterfall. You're not waterfall. Yeah,
always come on. And you'd always.
Yeah, the peacock. Yeah, at the back of the peacock, the music on. Yeah, it was brilliant, man. It was really, really good. I missed going to the football games, but we'll be back soon. Used to get on tables and that, dancing like this to the tunes. Yeah, and just leave me on my own. Where have we gone? With class. But Rhiannon, thank you so much for coming on. Honestly, it's been absolutely brilliant. You were nervous, no need to be. You absolutely smashed it out of the park. Great. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
No worries. We'll get you back. Honestly, we'll get you back. And thank you so much for your support. And just like you guys who are in the chat, I see the same faces all the time. If you would like to come on and get involved, just like Rhiannon and just like Jinder, please do send us a message. We want to get you on, man. Don't we, Tash? That's what it's all about.
And I've just ordered some of our merch.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So I can't wait. It's the Bielsa one.
Nice. Yeah, the squad father. The squad father.
Squad father. So, yeah.
They'll keep it pure for that. I've just actually, I've not ordered all Leeds TV merch, but I've just ordered something from the club shop. Do you know the mural? The Calvin Phillips mural?
Oh, yeah.
They've actually printed T-shirts and hoodies for charity. So it's on the back of the hoodie.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's really cool. So if anyone wants that, go check that out because, they've done the Rock Nation. It's got Rock Nation on here and it's charity. I think proceeds go to charity as well. KG Goodstream, guys, I'm in agreement with Rhiannon and RE 10th place in the WWE thing. Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I do like Jeff, Jeff, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Sorry, someone always mentions WWE, and I'm away like that. Yeah, I do.
Matt Hardy was his brother.
Yeah, Matt Hardy. That was good though. Jeff was a man. But you'll never ever better the TLC matches between the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and Jeff and Matt Hardy. Like they'll just never be beaten. But yeah, again, WWE chat. Sorry for going there.
Really quickly, I have watched the Look Over Kai now. Oh my god.
Oh,
it's brilliant, isn't it?
I don't know what to do with myself now.
Have you watched them all?
Yeah.
Oh really? I thought you were supposed to be working.
me and Jack watched a lot of them last night, and it was like 3 a.m. That's why I look rough.
I'm on episode 3 of season 3, so he's just gone back to China and he's seen the guy he had the fight with. So yeah, but it is brilliant. It is brilliant. And I've just finished Mandalorian as well on Disney Plus, which is absolutely brilliant. It's good, isn't it, Rhiannon?
It's really good.
Little Grogu. Yeah, I loved him, man. I loved him. But yeah, Asim says, and we'll leave it with this. So he stops. He says, the shield is the best. Believe in the shield. Believe in the shield. And John H says, it's actually Japan, Joe, not China. Fair enough. Which is fair enough. Geography is not my strong point. Japan, yeah. So thank you. Honestly, it's been a great laugh tonight. See, we come on this, we didn't know what we were going to talk about. Yeah. We've filled up an hour. We could go on all night. Thank you everyone for watching us. Thank you, Rhiannon, Jinder, and of course the lovely Tash. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Lockdown Live. KG, send me a DM, mate, and we'll get you on, man. Peace out. And if anyone else wants to get involved, please do. I'm going to end the